Take one, we are rolling. This is water 2. And I think I have to...
Water as far as the eye can see. Lots of water. Quite impressive, isn't it? And today, you'll find out just how powerful such water can be. For starters, try a few strokes, as if you're swimming. Can you see your hands? Great, because you're going to need them too. The upper reservoir of the Dlouhé Stráně pumped storage hydroelectric power plant. One of the technical wonders of our country. We are 1,350 meters above sea level, among the peaks of the Jeseníky Mountains. Engineers have leveled the top of this mountain and dug out a giant reservoir on it. So huge that the water from it would fill more than 1,000 pools, the big swimming ones. But first, let's clarify the purpose of a reservoir on this hill. Why did someone invest so much energy to build such a huge and complex waterwork here? Are your gears grinding? Are they spinning yet? Do I see a light bulb above your head? Yes, energy is behind it all. Electrical energy, to be precise.
Okay, I will show you how energy is
The main
being
thing is to
generated.
understand what it all does and why. So imagine that one morning, everyone in the Republic sets their alarm clock for the same time, everyone gets up at once, turns on the light, and puts on water for their morning tea. At that moment, a lot of electricity is needed. Energy workers call this peak demand. But where to get so much electricity all at once? It would be nice to have a gigantic battery, some giant power bank. The upper reservoir full of water works precisely as such a huge power bank. Now, have a look at the control panel. See? It needs to add juice to the grid. Touch the start button so we can start producing electricity right away.
Okay.
Do you see what's happening? Water from the upper reservoir rushes down through the feeder, and during its 1.5 kilometer long journey, during which it overcomes a half-kilometer height difference, it gains speed and power. In the caverns, as underground halls of power plants are called, water hits turbine blades, which start spinning as a result. The turbines in turn spin generators, which start producing electricity that immediately goes into the grid, to all those light bulbs, kettles, hairdryers,
Okay, now
and
the
mobile
water is
phone
pretty low.
chargers. The water from the upper reservoir then fills up the lower one and rests there for some time after all that hard work. It's not usually for long, though. Just as soon as the peak energy demand subsides and there's enough electricity from other power plants again, or when the wind blows hard and the sun shines bright, and there's even more electricity from wind turbines and solar panels than needed, then everything turns around. Electricity surplus now helps push water from the lower reservoir back uphill into the upper reservoir.
So
And our
some
huge power bank is
generated
recharged
is
again.
used to push the
After
water
all,
from
you can
one
try this
reservoir
mega charging
to another
yourself.
one.
Technically, it's called pumping, which is why this power station is called a pumped storage power station. Its turbines are so clever that they can rotate in the opposite direction and get all that water back up 500
so
meters.
both
So
of
let's
them are
try
going
it.
to push
Press
back
the pumping
water.
button on the control panel.
Okay.
And that's how it goes here, day after day. When there's a peak, water rushes down under the slopes of Dlouhé Stráně into the valley and generates electricity. And when there's plenty of current, water moves back up again. The biggest battery in the Czech Republic discharges and charges and discharges and charges. It looks simple, doesn't it? But it's actually quite a complex device. So, let's take a really close look at its individual components.
Cool.
So, there it is in all its glory, the Francis reversible turbine. Francis because it was invented by James B. Francis in the mid-19th century. Reversible because it can rotate in both directions, so it also works as a pump, which you already know. And turbine because it's a turbine. This is simply the heart of the power plant. When it gets pumped up, You know what? Let's look directly inside the turbine, a place you can't normally see with your own eyes.
Pojď se na to podívat přímo dovnitř do turbíny, kam se na vlastní
Are your eyes open wide and are you gasping for breath? No wonder. This is the largest Francis reversible turbine in Europe. It can swallow over 68 cubic meters of water in a single second. Better not even imagine how many garden pools that is. The runner of the turbine weighs 40 tons, and in 100 seconds, water spins it up to 428.6 revolutions per minute. Its maximum output then makes an astonishing 325 megawatts. To make things even better, there are 2 of these turbines in the power plant. We're just a little further on, actually right above the turbines. Look around and guess. You're probably right in thinking that this will be an electric generator. It's needed to convert the output of each of these turbines into electricity, which you can use as light for reading, toasting bread in a toaster, or to charge your phone. By the way, on one startup of the power plant, you could charge an incredible 290 million mobile phones. So here we are again somewhere else. The room you're looking at is called a transformer room. It's not easy to explain how it works here. It's complicated, which you can probably see for yourself. Anyway, transformers are the most important thing here. They transform, or convert, low voltage into high voltage. High voltage runs better through those long wires, technically conductors, on high poles.
I just pressed the button to
We're
see
back in the upper reservoir, right in the mouth of the feeder, almost in the same place where we started. Do you remember what we call a turbine that can send water in both directions?
Připomíná ti to něco? Jasně. Jsme zase v horní nádrži, přímo v ústí přivaděče.
Close. It's a reversible turbine.
I wanted to put it there. Anyway,
What is the type of hydroelectric power plant in Dlouhé Stráně?
That's a wrap for now. See ya.